there was a kingdom named Sripuram. In that kingdom, there was a king named Vishnuvardhan who had a priest named Devasharma who was very good at astrology. Even though he was good at astrology, he did not have time to spend and he did not have enough motivation to perform his duties. He would spend most of his days worshipping his god. One day, his wife looked at him in anger and said this to him.
If you spend your whole day just worshipping God and doing puja for the God, who's going to feed us with food? Why don't you try to earn a living and make money for all of us?
She kept nagging him every single day, but he was very staunch in his beliefs. He looked at her and said this to her.
Please be patient, my wife. According to the astrology, I should be getting a great blessing soon in my life. Until then, nothing works in my life. Please be patient and we shall finally reach our goals.
But until those blessings come, our kids are going to starve without eating food. Why can't you go and do service for the king and make some money for us in the meanwhile? There are several people that are using the king's privilege to make money. It is not wrong for us to wait, but it is very wrong for us to not work.
I am a man who prizes the God. I do not need to use my tongue to prize a king.
Then that is your wish. I cannot help you for any more with this.
The priest finally listened to what his wife said and he goes towards king's place. Over there, he sits with another priest and he tries to talk to them. Since most of the priests are Brahmins, they all were praising the king. After seeing them, he thinks to himself,
I seriously don't understand. What does the king gain from having these people constantly praising him every single day? I don't think I can ever stood so low like this. I think I must just tell the king that my situation is very bad and I must get some money to feed my family. I don't know how it can get any better of this.
After meeting over, the king gave out money to all the people who praised him. But the king did not give any money to Devasharma. After a while, guards took Devasharma and sent him back to his home. Devasharma then reached the home. After reaching the home, his wife came and she asked him like this.
What has happened? Has the king not given you everything? You went there and you did what you could do. But why haven't you gotten paid for anything?
Yes, they gave a lot of money to everybody, but since I was far away, I couldn't get what I want.
If you would have just stuck to the plan and stayed with them and praised the king like you were supposed to, you could have gotten a lot of money. But now we both don't have any money.
After listening to what his wife said, the priest was very upset and sad, but he still did not give up. He kept going to king's place and standing there, but he did not get any money whatsoever. As he kept doing this for weeks, one fine day king noticed him and was confused.
Who is this priest? I have seen him almost every day. He comes here every day morning, but he doesn't do any of the praising that all these other priests do. And he also doesn't get paid for anything. Yet he keeps coming back again and again. I really want to know what has happened. I'm very curious.
The very next day, the king was about to give them money. He called his guards and said this to them.
Listen to me. There is a man who is standing right aside all of them without ever interacting with me. He is a Brahmin man. He wears a green cloth. I want you to bring him to me. I'm very curious to see what he is up to.
As the other priest was getting paid for the service, guards spotted Devasharma and they took him towards the king. Devasharma also went with the guards. As soon as the king saw Devasharma, the king was very surprised to see the priest. He then looks at the priest and says this to him.
Priest, may I know what do you want? Why do you keep coming here every day and going empty-handed? May I know what you are looking for?
After listening to what the king said, priest was quite scared to answer. But he answered,
My king, I am very poor man. I come here every day hoping you would give me something so that I can feed my family, not willing to do what other priests are doing.
After listening to what the priest said, the king immediately takes some money that he had, which was 200 gold coins. He put it in a bag and gave it to him.
Here, keep this money with you. This will help you solve all the problems that you have financially. This will help you do what you like and make the best use of it.
After receiving the gift from the king, the priest thought of himself that he was one of the most luckiest men because all the astrology about his future were right and no one can stop him what he already predicted.
See, I told you, if you would have gone there and got this earlier, we wouldn't be struggling so much. But it is fine. Now that we have the money, we can take care of our children and we can live a good life.
After listening to what his wife said, the priest looked at her and said this.
This is all because of my god Ganesha. He had made this happen.
At the night, priest's wife takes out the money and hides it in a place. But the middle of the night, a bunch of thieves came and steal the money, take some of the jewels that they already have. The priest's wife was very upset and she was heartbroken. But priest himself was very calm.
Why are you so worried about this, my wife? Hadn't I already told you that this is nothing but my future that I have already predicted in this astrology? This is what will happen, and there is nothing that can stop my future.
Are you serious? A bunch of thieves will come and steal our money from our house? What is the connection between them and astrology? I want you to go back to the king and tell everything that had happened and get us back our money.
Lakshmi said like this. The next day, priest goes and stands in front of the king like he always does. But the king looked at him and he thought to himself like this.
What is this? Didn't I give this man a lot of money yesterday? Why is he still here? And he is still wearing the same torn outfits in front of me.
The king was very surprised to see the priest. He then looks at the priest and says this to him.
I thought I gave you money yesterday, and you were still right in front of me with your poor clothing. What is that you want? And what has happened to you? What did you do with my money?
It is written in my astrology that no matter what I do or what I have, everything will turn into dust. So until I reach the point where I might have a good life, I request you to kindly help me with a small amount of money for me to survive for my family, because nobody can prevent the bad fate that is happening to me. Please understand my state, my king.
After listening to what the priest said, the king did not have any belief in all the talk that he had about the faith and astrology. King said this to him.
Listen, priest, I don't believe in any of the things that you are saying. If I want to, I can make you the richest man there ever is. I shall do everything in my power to keep you rich. And let us see how your astrology affects you after this.
The king immediately takes a bag and puts 1,000 gold coins into the bag, and he will hand it over to the priest. The priest realized that it would be wrong to disagree with the king again. So he takes the money and he is on the way to home. Priest thinks like this to himself.
If I go back now, I will not be able to protect my money. So I shall not go to my house right now. I shall keep it in a safe place in order for me to protect it. Because the good time in my life will only start after 6 months.
So he goes to the god's temple and he sees a tree nearby the temple. He goes towards the tree and he decides to hide it over there. He finds it very safe. He thinks to himself like this.
This tree looks like the perfect spot for me to hide this money. If I hide it here, no one will be able to take it from me. I shall keep it here. And I pray to God that nobody takes this. Hopefully, my God can give a chance of heart to the thieves who wish to steal money from me again. So now I decide to hide it here. I'm sure it will be safe.
After putting the money in the tree, the priest walks away and minds his business. The king also thinks about him once in a while. The king then calls his guards and he says like this to the guards.
Do you remember that poor man who used to come and visit us once in a while? I had given him a huge sum of money. Do you know what he is up to and what he is doing right now?
The king asked him like this. From the day the priest came there, one of the soldiers were witnessing the priest. I had told him what is happening.
Yes, my king. I had seen him recently. Even though you had given him a lot of money, his poverty is still not gone. And he does not visit the palace anymore.
Are you trying to tell me that he has lost all the money that I gave to him the second time?
We are not sure of that, my king. But one thing we are very sure is that he hasn't used the money that you have given him.
The king immediately asked the soldiers to bring the priest right away. The priest shows up at the palace with the same old torn outfits. The king looks at the priest and says this.
What has happened to you, Deva Sharma? I gave you so much money and you still haven't used it yet. May I know what problems you are facing? Has it been stolen or have you lost it?
My king, you have to understand that until my fate reaches its destiny, I would not be able to change it. So I have hidden the money. After 6 months only, we'll be able to use the money safely. Therefore, I have hid it in a tree filled with snakes.
After listening to what the priest said, the king got really upset.
I chose to give you so much money so that I can change your life. Why did you hide the money into the snake-infested tree? What you did is very wrong. I cannot accept this.
The soldiers go by the king's command to bring the money from the tree. The soldiers go towards the temple and they find the tree. As soon as they find the tree, they came back to the king and they said like this to him.
I searched the entire tree, my king. All of us did. But unfortunately, we weren't able to find any money over there, my king.
What is happening, Deva Sharma? Are you telling me the truth? Did you really hide the money over the tree?
Yes, my king, but it is still there. You do not need to worry about anything. I had prayed to my God and he will definitely answer my prayers. He has definitely kept my money safe with him and you do not have to worry about anything after my fate reaches its destination.
The king was really annoyed to hear him talk about gods and astrology and fate all the time. He hated the fact that he kept losing the money that he gave him.
So how long is it going to take for your good days to start? May I know that?
After listening to what king said, priest calculated and said this to him.
In order for my good days to begin, there are still 6 months left. We would have to wait that long.
The king thinks about something and he says this.
Do not worry, I shall turn you into one of the richest men in the span of 6 months. Let us see what your God can do against my will and my power as a king.
The king immediately appoints one of his ministers to bring a huge pot of gold coins and he gave it to the priest.
Listen to me, Deva Sharma. I am handing you over all these gold coins so that you can spend it and make your life better. I will send you few soldiers so that your coins do not get lost or stolen. If I get to know that you are not spending your money, I shall punish you severely.
The king warns them seriously. The priest goes back to his temple and he finds a well nearby. He keeps the gold bowl on the top of the well and he takes a shower. While he is taking a shower, a crow comes and pushes the bowl of gold coins into the well. After he finishes the showering, he searches for the gold coin bowl, but he was unable to find it. He was then confused. The priest Deva Sharma says this to himself.
Oh no, what has happened? I'm not be able to find my gold coins anymore. I think this is God's will and it is our fate. If the king finds out about this, I will be in huge trouble. I don't know what to do.
He then looks at the soldiers who were standing nearby. He then goes to them and says like this.
Please go back. There is nothing for me to protect. I want you to leave immediately. I don't have anything to steal or save.
When the guards and soldiers left back to the palace, they went and told the king what happened. The king immediately called the priest to visit him. The king asked like this.
What has happened, Deva Sharma? Have you lost your gold coin? What has happened this time?
I told you before, my king, only when the good times of my life will arrive, I will be able to enjoy all the goods.
After listening to the priest, this time the king decides to himself. He thought to himself and said this.
Alright, I shall believe you, but if in case your good times begin and you are unable to find the money that I have given you, I shall punish you with the death penalty.
The money that was stolen by the thieves, the money that was hidden in the trees, and the money that is lost now will all be found again. Trust in my God, my king.
Deva Sharma says like this and leaves the king's palace. After a few months of waiting, the tree gets uprooted and they find the lost gold coins too. After a while, people were digging something in the well. They also find other lost gold coins. The king is really glad and he invites the priest to his palace and says this to him.
It seems like your good times have begun. I want you to take all the money that I have given you and live a good life from now onwards.
The king says like this to the priest. From that day onwards, the priest had a very pleasant and happy life. He prayed to his God every single day and he was very, very happy.